Hi, a huge welcome to Steve's Kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about pineapples, how to pick one and how to prep one. They're really quite easy to do if you know how. When you go into a store, you'll see sometimes people smelling the base of the pineapple, and if you get that beautiful syrupy sweet smell, you know your pineapple is going to be pretty ripe. Now I'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end, but let's get on and prepare this pineapple. Now, in case you haven't noticed before, there's this sort of spiral pattern that runs through a pineapple from the top to the bottom. The first thing we want to do is just take the top off of the pineapple. So that is pretty spiky. We'll just discard that. Turn our pineapple around and do the same on the bottom. Just slice the bottom off. Now, you don't want to waste too much of the pineapple. So take a knife and just carve off the skin. You don't have to go too deep. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of carving way too much of the skin off because they're afraid of leaving these little dots on, which are really not edible. But then you end up wasting a great deal of the pineapple. And there we've only really discarded the woody flesh. So now you can see we've got these little holes with this woody pulp inside, and it looks like the best way to cut these out would be individually, but actually there's a much easier way. As I said to you before, you'll see there's a line that's running around in a spiral, and it goes all the way around the pineapple to the base. So all you need to do is take a sharp knife and just cut a little triangle and just remove. You see we're not wasted much there, and if you look inside you can see I've taken the whole of that little core out. And then you just turn the pineapple one more time and cut it a little V, remove that core, and keep turning it until you get to the top two pieces. Now this looks time consuming, but actually it really doesn't take much time at all. I'll just pull that round and finish off down towards the bottom. So I've got one spiral around. Let me just start on the next line here. So I'll take those two. And I just again follow nature's design all the way up around the pineapple. So now I've got two spirals, and again I'm just going to start at the top this time and work my way around following the little spiral round. Now this is going to take me maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It really won't take much longer, but it's worth it because you are not wasting any of that precious sweet pineapple nectar. And there you have it. That is my pineapple with very little waste. There's a tiny bit down here. So we've barely wasted any of the pineapple, and now we're just going to divide this up whichever way you want. A lot of people like to take the core out, and I'll show you how we do that. Now there's a tiny little wooden core in the center which isn't so great eating. A lot of people use pineapple coring machines. They waste so much of your beautiful fruit. So we just cut this down into quarters like that. And then if this piece is too woody, just trim it off. You don't have to go too deep. Just trim off a little bit of that hard core in the center there. And then you can take your individual pineapple pieces and just slice them up. And you are going to have the most beautiful, sweet and ready to go pineapple. And I do love pineapple. That is so good. Now, let me bore you with a little facts about pineapple as well while I've got your attention. Have you ever been abroad where you've had pineapple and it just tastes so much better than it does back home, and even the core? Now let's try this bit. It's pretty woody, where even the core is just melted in your mouth. The main reason for that is because the pineapples in some places are grown there and then, and they're allowed to ripen on the actual bush. And all those sweet sugars go up there, and you end up with this really quite dark, almost an orange coloured pineapple that's so sweet. In Australia, we grow great pineapples and they have great flavour. The supermarkets still choose to import pineapples from all around the world, and they just don't have the sweetness. So if you've been abroad, you've been somewhere like over in Hawaii or Australia or Sri Lanka or India, and you've had really great pineapple, it's usually because they've been picked from the bush, fully ripened, and all that sap has come up through the soil. Now when you buy a pineapple that's been bought in the supermarket and shipped over for miles, it comes off the tree unripe, and then it has no root system to draw that sweetness up, so it can only produce sugars from what's inside the pineapple and ripened in a shed or a warehouse. So they're still great, but not as good as if they ripen, so try and buy locally if you can. It would be just fantastic if you could share down below and let me know what your favourite fruits are. I always read the comments, and if I can, I'll get back to you, but I'd love to hear. Take care, subscribe to the channel, be good, and see you shortly.